All right,
All
everyone.
right.
I'm here with Alison Avigayil, and we are going to just take a moment to slow down together and then get into some coaching. So, we've already checked in and shared sort of how we're going to hold this container together. And we also both invited some ancestors into the space so you know who's here that might not be visible. And yeah, maybe we'll just start with do you have a topic or area of focus that you're wanting to bring in?
Hmm. I think no, I think I'd like help finding the topic.
Yeah, we can start there with just opening up space. What's the energy with which you're coming in today? You already share with me, but just to presence it.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of contentment right now. Kind of joyful satisfaction, sense of like a full cup of life and not full like overflowing and not full like to the very tip and like careful while you move it. Just like full in a good way, like just the right amount.
Maybe before going anywhere else, there's a good chance to celebrate this place.
Yes.
Something tells me that this contentment is earned, and it's a journey that you've kind of found yourself at this maybe viewpoint. You're like looking out, saying, "Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. There's not actually so much time in my life that's been like that.
mm,
So it has been, but it's rare and it can even feel uncomfortable. But right now it doesn't. It just feels great. Maybe there's an edge of fear that I'll, um, like, that I'll experience, I'll be bored. Um, and I feel like that's something that a lot of times other people are afraid because I've led such a life that's full of so much a lot of times, and I have to hustle a lot, and I've had to move and change lives and reinvent things and do things differently, like, again and again, and I'm really good at that, and I don't love to do it all the time, though, but like, learned to love it because I needed to, and then now it's just like, okay, can I also like learn to love and can I feel confident in that and be known for also someone who can be really content?
yeah." I feel like the topic is already starting to emerge. Wondering how that feels for you.
Yeah, it feels great.
Yeah. What would you, if you were to give it like a word or a phrase just to get the essence, what would you say?
It's like contentment with being content.
Mhm. Yeah. And we can start here and it might take us somewhere else, but yeah, I feel like there could be two directions at this moment. We could go deeper in the contentment or we could look at the fear a little bit. What's calling you?
Mm, um, yeah, we can go like let's go into the fear. Let's see what's there.
Okay. So, what are you noticing already in your body right now that the fear has been presenced, and what are some of the sensations?
Well, I'm feeling warm. I already felt warm a little bit when it's like, "Oh, well, now we're live." Um, it's like warming up there. We had the warm up, but why didn't I get warm then? Um, uh, you know, but yeah, yeah, there's just this like I think the it's like whenever you have something that you like or you love, it's easy then to want to hold on to it or want it to stay the same. There's also like this sense of grief that I carry sometimes that wow, I didn't have so many days like this. Like this afternoon I just sat for an hour when I didn't need to be doing anything else and I get to do that like, frequently enough, but usually it's kind of like I'm doing that as a resilience because I need to turn around and do something else, so I'm taking that time, but today was like, I actually don't really have to do anything, and I don't have to be chasing after a job or a friendship or a partner or more business development or anything, like I'm full, like I have enough and I can just sit here on the couch and look at the ceiling
Like, I
and
have
it's
this enoughness.
amazing. Sorry.
I'm seeing, like, there's this enoughness here, and then also, like, there's warmth.
Yeah.
And so which part of your body is noticing the warmth?
Probably my armpits
Okay. Are you down to tune in for a second?
or my hand. Am I what?
Are you down to tune in? Let the armpits or the hands just feel that warmth fully and
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, did you ask me to tune in to the armpits and the hands? Yeah, okay, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, "What's he saying?" I thought that you said
There's
that, but I
one
was like,
yeah, I'm wondering what would happen, it's
that just moves up the up the chest. I'm probably a little overdressed, but
and if you follow the movement, where does it take us?
no, it just kind of, like, releases at the back of my head, kind of like a flow.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe just allowing the warmth to keep flowing, and as it flows, there might be something else that's left that's not in motion or that's more solid.
Yeah. I don't feel the warmth anymore.
And what's here now?
More contentment.
Yeah.
Maybe even, like, some, like, joy and, like, the fun of the flowiness of it all.
Yeah. I see in the way you're moving also. Like there's a little bit of like just like, yeah.
Well, and true
Afterwards.
confession that I did have, like, a little bit of coffee before this call, and I don't usually drink so much coffee, but it's kind of fun sometimes, so I decided to go with it. So I'm also probably feeling some of the warmth from the sweet coffee that my love made for me before the call.
What I'm hearing is generally that you're letting yourself have fun. You're letting yourself enjoy.
Yeah,
Yeah. What do you
yeah.
wanna celebrate about that?
What do I wanna celebrate about that?
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm, I mean, it feels like um yeah, like, just how amazing it is, like, today I just went out to do a, like, mundane errand, and everything just felt kind of more peaceful around me and, you know, the sound of the bird and the zoom of the car and everything just kind of felt more like it wasn't too much. It was just like a little bit here, a little bit there, like just the right amount of salt on your food so that it brings out the flavor, but not too much. And it's I also remembered in that moment also, like, the days when it feels way too much, and the days where all I can do is sit and pull tarot card after tarot card and be like, "What's happening next? What do I do now?" Or like, "I know there's nothing to do, but, like, help me understand what is this moment about?" Or, you know, um the times where I'm under so much pressure that I end up doing things that feel harmful to my body, like smoking or, you know, um, I don't know, like pretty much smoking. That would be the one. That's the one for me. And just like the joy today of just being like, I don't feel like any of that. Like I haven't felt like that for days. Like I feel like just like everything's like just the right amount.
I'm remembering that you mentioned grief earlier for some of these other
Yeah.
times. Is that something you want to like bring in, invite into the space and I don't know,
Yeah, sure.
hear more
Yeah,
from?
I mean, it's pretty tragic how rare this feeling is of contentment. Um, Rare in my life, like rare in other people's lives. At the same time that I'm having this like day of contentment and remembering all these other days that I've lived that are not in that way. And also all the people today who are not feeling that, and the sadness and how like complex and challenging it is to get to this state of being, right? That is such a simple state of being, actually. The kind of like balanced ness.
Yeah, it's almost like this balancedness that you're in is um it's like foundational, right? And so it makes me wonder what to ask, like what is it a foundation for?
Hmm. I think I mean, it's a foundation for whatever wants to show up, like whatever is going to be here. It's like, um, I don't know, kind of like a clean window or something, so you can just see, but whatever is gonna pass in front of the window is gonna pass in front of the window. I'm not really like though I do have some hopes and dreams, I see them more like, oh, maybe one day I'll see an egret pass by or something like that, but it doesn't feel like building blocks. It doesn't feel like, "Oh, I got to this state and now, like, foundationally, like, I could put something on top of it."
Yeah.
It's like, now I can just enjoy the experience of being clear in what I'm already in.
Yeah. Well, maybe instead of like building on the foundation, we can just let ourselves lay on it and take it in and enjoy it. Like I almost want to invite you if there's like a body posture that feels like taking it in, enjoying it, savoring it, like inviting you into that. I might even, yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna lean back a little too. Yeah, but even if you want to like, let's just take a few moments here. Just it's cool, right?
Yeah. I feel like it's so nice to come to a coaching session and not be here to fix a problem.
Hmm.
Just be here to like, yeah, let's just actually have some time to just celebrate the moment that you're in, or just like love it, or just be in it, or just like express it more or something.
Yeah, and to be present, like I'm really curious what are some of the textures, flavors, aromas that you encounter as you
Mhm.
savor this?
Definitely rose water, jasmine, um, a soft body oil, um, like creamy custard, or like kind of a velvet or a velour, kind of just very soft, like, you know, when you just come home into a perfect level of squish, but just settled down into the corner, and you have on that jumpsuit that just doesn't squish your hips at all, and the socks that have just the right amount of compression.
Maybe there's something about being held, but softly. That's what I'm hearing in what you're saying.
Totally. That is so it. Yeah, and like that reconceptualization of foundation, I think is really um cool. Because foundation for me, that word, it's like "Oh, we've got the cement down there, we've got the, like, hardness and stuff," but if foundation is, like, being held softly, like, that's like the quiche, like, flakiness of the bottom of the
Mm.
quiche, just like, well done, or the pie, um,
Well, it
has a
sounds
good foundation. Yeah.
something about your attitude or your something about your relationship to this is changing. So, if, like, who are you becoming as you let yourself be held?
I'm very grateful. I'm very happy and grateful, and, like, there's such a relief, an emotional kind of relief, and almost like a release into the sense of relief.
Yeah. Yeah, welcoming all of the expressions of gratitude.
It's just kind of like full of so much love. Like I just want to squeeze your cheeks and be like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. This state of being is still possible in all of this craziness.
Yeah.
Hallelujah, kind of.
Hmm.
Like I can breathe and my body doesn't feel tight.
Hmm.
Like my lungs, I like noticed like a few years ago that it was hard to breathe because my body was so much tension. It was holding my breath in, and I just became more and more aware of that, and like more and more aware of all the different ways I would try to help release that tension, and then I kind of found out some of the ways to do it and kind of am able to do that and like now I can just like breathe.
Let's savor the breath some more. Sensing that something is coming up for you.
Just like I'm looking at the corner of the beige wall. There's nothing on the wall except for the shadow from the window, and I'm just loving it.
Hmm.
So just like the fun, the like nearly psychedelic experience of just being in this state of content joy.
He said, I'm just loving it about that shadow.
Yeah, and just being in this state of content joy, like it makes the shadow even like gorgeous.
Yeah. What else are you loving from this place of being held that you're in?
Um, it doesn't feel like something that I feel I need to hold on to.
Mm.
It feels like being here now is like good enough to know that just this is still a place that can exist. As if in times of hopelessness and darkness, it's like, can we experience hope? It's like affirming again and again, like, yeah, you can, like, this place, you can come to it again. It can be there again. The way in which you may get there may be very different each time, but It's always could be accessible.
Yeah. What's important about that?
Mm. Well, I think it's unfortunately too rare. I think that in the past there were people who like lived most of their life in this state actually. Not such a distant past, sadly. But now it's more rare and um kind of yeah, perhaps it's kind of like finding a rare coin or something, it's like, "Oh, they still exist in the world," There's still this and I can experience or find it, um, which I don't think I doubted, but it's just I wasn't also trying I wasn't, like, preparing for this day and, like, today is the day. Like, sometimes we get into, like, "Oh, let's do the nicest thing for your birthday," or, you know, try and make, like, "I'm gonna do this thing, and then I'll feel this way," or something, and I think it's so many things that have led to this feeling, and I had no idea that today would be the day I would wake up and feel that way. So there's also just a, like, joyous surprise, and the surprise is really welcome because that helps me not to my fear would be that I will, like, grasp for this feeling, and that when I don't have it, then that'll add to my suffering. But it came so surprising, so it feels, like, less logical to try to hold on to it or to try to create it.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have to be logical about it at all. We can just experience and enjoy. And yeah, because of how I'm sensing like this space that we're creating it might support you, but it also you might be in this feeling of being held all day. You might have been here all day. So where would you want to take us, while we're in the coaching container?
Hmm. Um, I don't know, for some reason, my first thought was, "Let's get in a canoe."
Okay, let's get in a canoe. Do you want to do something where we just imagine the two of us are in a canoe together and we're just paddling in some body of water? And if it helps to close your eyes to imagine, to like allow the image to come through more clearly, I would love to know what that scene is like and where are we and
Okay.
what else we see.
So, we're actually with 2 canoes,
Hmm.
and, um, we're in a kind of twilight lighting,
Wow.
and it's very pink and purple, and in fact, uniquely, it's not, like, moving so much, so the passage of time, like, this is like an extended sunset period.
Mm.
And it doesn't feel like the light is moving like it always does when we're here, but it's just kind of suspended. And even though it might like fluctuate, kind of like wind does through a hanging sheet, it doesn't change significantly. So there is some sense of stability in the lighting.
Yeah.
Nothing feels like it's slipping away. Everything feels like we could just go joyfully in circles around the pond because it's not a river and it's not an ocean and it's not going anywhere. It's just right where it is. And the weeping willows are like reaching over and their leaves are tickling the top of the water. And a bird is passing passing by our view but doesn't leave us.
Mm.
And there's just a sense of like nowhere to go, nothing to do, everything's right here. If we miss someone, they can just show up right there and just pop there like in a canoe next to us too.
Hmm.
Um and the wind and like the air will just like gently carry a few different fragrances and fragrances that don't even belong there, but just we love them, like freshly baked bread or um like uh a candle that's just been blown out or a wood burning fireplace. And it's kind of a seasonless space. So it also just doesn't feel like things are moving. It's just like gets to just be in the moment that it's in. And maybe the water is has a smell of like earthiness to it and we can easily just hop off the canoe and into the water and it's sweet, the water, and no worms will go into our stomachs if we drink it.
Yeah. Who do you get to be out here?
Uh, in a sense, like the part about the worms and like not drinking the water, it kind of helps me explore the idea that I don't want to have consequences in this space.
Right.
And like saying that, okay, like I'm with the contentment of that, we have everything we want and need, but oh, if we miss a friend, like they can just show up. Well, it's like, I think I can't believe that, like, even though I'm experiencing full contentment, or I think that I am, it's actually just at the limits of what I know contentment to be.
Mm.
Um, and like, actually, there's kind of, before this call, we turned the notifications off. And all day I've been kind of away from my phone, and I wasn't intentionally doing that, but now I'm putting the pieces together that for example, I didn't want to check my email before we had our call because what if there was something in there that could disturb this, you know?
So there's like some kind of feeling of being attached.
Yeah, so the feeling of like I need to protect this, I need to protect this feeling. And that's actually like not really trusting the feeling that even if, and actually I got some messages today that in another day would have been much more annoying perhaps, but today I was just like, well, there they are again doing their thing, yapping away, blah, 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 or whatever.
How do you want to explore, like, on how to explore or honor what's coming up about, you know, the protectiveness of this feeling?
How do I want to honor? What would honoring it look like?
What would it look like to honor your protectiveness?
I mean, I kind of want to talk to myself like in the third person or something like, oh, I understand. Of course, this is such a unique and amazing experience for you. It's rare and you definitely think and feel that we should all have this experience more. So it's understandable that you want to protect it. But that almost feels like I don't think that's really like honoring it. It's kind of like a parental
Mm,
voice to a child almost of like,
yeah. Well, maybe one way to go with it is just, is there a physical sensation that you've got right now that you associate with that protectiveness? Or is there a shape your body can take up to express? You were doing some of it earlier, but like, is there a way you can express it without words?
Hmm. I mean, parts of me feels like this, kind of like
Maybe we can just I'll do it with you. I'm gonna have to set my phone down and just have this and just take it in and have the experience of it.
and I also feel like there's, like, this, like, from the top of the head, kind of yeah, like
Yeah. Yeah, what is this like? Technology. So, um, hi to the person who's watching this. Um, we're having a rare. Oh, you're back. I can't hear you if you're saying something. We're back.
okay, we're back. Sorry. Okay.
And it strikes
This
me
strikes
that this is part of what we're talking about is sometimes a good time gets interrupted.
It's true. Exactly. Just gotta be there for it. It's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
I wish it'd be good now. I My phone was getting too hot, I think, so I moved it.
Mm. Well,
I We were on a canoe. We were expressing ugh,
yeah, and where are we now?
where are we now? Mm, I don't know. I feel like there's kind of the sadness that also comes up in this state of being where it's also like, "Oh, I wish we could all gather on the canoes in the pond together." The idealism of being in that, but it also kind of feels like all of the chaos and the struggle feels rejected somehow, you know?
Can I ask, how is that sadness part of the contentment?
It's kind of like light. It's only appears when there's dark in the back. So it can't really be like without acknowledgement of all of the strife and all of the struggle and all of the challenge. Like I wouldn't recognize that this is contentment if I hadn't experienced what not contentment is.
Mm. I feel that there's something in what you're holding now, like this duality of light, dark, and how contentment, sadness, that's also a way to respond to and be in dialogue with your protectiveness.
Yeah, it's kind of like you were saying honoring it earlier. I guess this is kind of a way that I honor it is like I recognize where the reason or kind of like legitimize the protectiveness, like honoring feel I mean, not that it yeah, like even the word choice of like legitimize is like, oh, well, could it be illegitimate? You know, like there's an assumption there with that. Um,
Yeah. And as we're talking about all this, I feel that there's like, you have this foundation that we were exploring. And from this foundation, you're also touching into a longing you have for the world.
yeah.
Yeah. How would you articulate that?
Oh, how do I not articulate that? I feel like I spend all my time articulating that.
Yeah. Whatever's here right now.
um, yeah, I mean, right now it's just kind of like, wow, I really wish we could just do less. Just do less things and make less things and buy less things and do less things and tell ourselves less things and talk less things and uh, um yeah, like like primary colors are so amazing because you just need a few of them and then you can come up with all of these colors, but like aren't just the primary colors themselves great, you know? Like, do I love the primary colors because they can make other colors? Or what about just like the love of the primary color for itself? Can we just like leave it there? There's some like deep desire for enoughness
Yeah.
that is what is
And you said
under
we, so like a collective enoughness.
yeah, like when we're talking about like the world or, just like can we just like it feels so good like when for me it feels so good when um I have just the right amount of something.
Yeah. How is that enoughness that you're savoring today? How is that part of the collective enoughness that you're longing for?
Um, how is it a part? Like, how does it already exist as a part of that?
Or how are they related? Could be more
Are they
open.
related? The enoughness I'm experiencing and the enoughness that I want in the worlds or something. I mean, in a way, they're not, right? Because if it's enoughness, then the enoughness of enough that I feel should be enough. If I want more enoughness to be experienced in the world, then the amount that I have or the amount that there is isn't enough. So that reveals even to me, that there's a desire for more enoughness.
Yeah.
But I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Mm, I can still experience the feeling of having enough, being enough, doing enough, da 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 da. I can still experience it doesn't have to be one or the other. Like I can still experience this sense of contentment and full-heartedly be in it and wish that that experience existed more for others, beings, for the plants, for all this.
Yeah. Well, maybe since we're in the practice of savoring today, maybe there's something about savoring the wish, savoring
Hmm.
the longing.
Yeah, it's like when you have like something you're eating and you love it and you kind of overeat it because it's just so good, and then you kind of have to deal with like, oh, that was a little too much, I probably shouldn't have done that. And then there's the like eating it and like still wanting more, but then there's like savoring the last bite and having it land just right. And like, so I think that it's like I think that I feel in my contentness, it's not like a state of not wanting anything else or being complete. It's like complete for now, but the completeness also includes incompletion
Yeah.
or includes desire. And isn't without that, isn't like a full sense of no desire at all, but it's not a desire that's driving or shifting or changing or moving. It's kind of just like a tree at the pond. It's just there, like desire existing there.
Uh, I have a sense that today the enjoyment includes enjoyment of incompleteness.
Yeah. 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 I think even without the incompleteness, like it would like it needs like having that makes it complete.
What's the role of the incompleteness in your enjoy and like in this tapestry that you're enjoying?
It does feel a bit like that's part of the essence of being alive.
Hmm.
And that's just like, it is complete and it's incomplete that there is aspects of incompleteness. Um, Being incomplete is, like, still maybe that's not, like, exactly the terms because it's, like, heading to something or somewhere, um, but yeah, I guess there is no pond to go to where the sun isn't constantly moving, you know? There's no place like that, and so it's kind of like I think coming to the reality that I don't have to be in a fantasy place in order to experience contentment is really something to celebrate.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's celebrate that.
Yeah, everything doesn't have to be perfect and everything doesn't have to be complete and everything that to, like, be in the moment of feeling like it's enough.
Hmm. Yeah. And what's here in your body now as you're exploring that enoughness, the sort of presence of enoughness in all of these imperfection and perfection and everything.
It's just like the hug feeling, like, just like, "Oh, I want to." Yeah, just the feeling of, like, you can only receive certain feelings when you give when you give a hug, you know? It's like you get the hug and you give the hug. It's such a symbiotic kind of relationship, and, like, you get the sense of completeness when you have a sense of contentment with the incomplete.
Yeah. I want to point out that the you use the same gesture for the protective energy as you did for the hug just now. Yeah.
I think there's some celebration and also protection, like, that's also a like, it's it's good to be in a place to distinguish between, like, what feels it wants to be protected and also allowing for that, not having that mean that there's necessarily a threat that we have to protect against, but knowing that actually the state of being in some state of protection is just acknowledging a preciousness of experience, a savoring. I think you like expressing it as savoring is really good. It's like also this is like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
just one more, you know, it has that same expression to it. So it's or like if you're like inside somewhere warm and you stepped out in the cold, it's like you still get to enjoy a little bit of that warmth with you,
Hmm.
kind of savoring the warmth of the moment. And that doesn't mean that you're not ready to be in a cooler atmosphere or that you don't want to be there, but it's just like
Yeah. I've heard
acknowledge.
you, and when you say that, like holding what's precious and protecting what's precious, I'm wanting to draw from all of the different emotions that you brought in, like your enjoyment, your contentment, your grief, your sadness, your longing, like all of this, like I imagining all of this together is creating a jewel.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
And
And,
yeah, maybe just to give you the chance to imagine yourself like holding the preciousness of this day, like I would even invite, like, you want to put out your hands, like the preciousness of the day, the preciousness of you. Yeah, I love how you're holding it. The preciousness of the experience of being held and just letting yourself have it.
yeah, I have this like visualization of the like almost kind of like a video game where the jewel, like, you know, I, like, grab it and hold it in my hand, and then it pops up and it, like, rains down on me jewels and just, like, more jewels and more jewels, like, you don't need to hold on to this one, like, all the jewels are here, and then they just became, like, these golden threads and just, like, wrapped around my body, like, into a dress, and, you know, it was just kind of, like, woven within you, you know, carried within you, like, not something to be held, but something to be within.
Yeah. Yeah, and when I hear thread, I also hear about like connections outward. Like the thread is like tethering you to other bodies, other beings, other energies. So I'm curious about that.
Mhm.
Like even you could close your eyes and imagine the threads following them and asking where they lead.
Mm. Well, I think they lead to, like, other hills where jewels are and where jewels can be, like, found and shared, where other people have their jewels with them, and kind of, like, in some sense, like the acknowledgement of the jewel is what creates this um like abundance of jewels.
Mhm. Mhm.
uh Almost like a mirroring and multiplying effect of just like there sometimes can be fear in like acknowledging or being with like saying like, oh, I'm in this great state of being, this like safety or this restfulness or this, because that means that like even in naming it can go away. But I think that this like visualization presents a different opportunity of like naming it means that it can just be interconnected,
Yeah.
especially as you put it, like of the different emotions creating that jewel.
Yeah. Like every part of you is precious. How do you want to remember your preciousness?
Maybe with a song.
Yeah.
Um, like, can we sing along with this little jewel song? Can we sing along with our little jewel song? Can we feel the joy when it comes? Yo ho! Can we feel the joy when it comes to and fro? Can we let it be here no matter where it goes? A little bit of joy in a jewel. A little bit of joy in a jewel.
Yeah. Normally in like a coaching session that was more directed towards an outcome, um, I might invite like some way of staying close to that outcome or like taking an action or a like a challenge. But I feel that this is like maybe we can just ask the jewel, like, dear jewel, how should we like um carry this forward and see what wants to happen.
Just let me shine.
Mhm.
Let me have my shine time. It's kind of what I feel like the jewel says, just don't smite me out. You don't have to, uh, we know that the darkness is the backdrop. We know that it's okay to take time just to see the beauty in the jewel.
How are you going to shine the rest of today and the next few days?
I'm going to maybe I'll do a little jewel like drawing or something. Just kind of or like take a stone that I have that's kind of jewel like and like put it out somewhere. And I'm just gonna like keep allowing myself to have this sense of appreciation and contentment and just like be in the joy of it and protect myself from other layers of any senses of like uh guilt. It can be present and it can be okay, but it doesn't have to be there. And just let kind of like let this appreciate this state of being. Just let it be with me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm wondering if there's anyone in particular or any space where you want to share, whether that's like sharing just the song or the image if you make a drawing or just being present and shining. Yeah, just wondering if there's a way that that could reinforce your being and becoming.
Well, I have this live that I can share with people that we just did,
That's right.
which is its own jewel. Yeah, and I can go out and share with my partner or share with my friends. It's kind of like end of the week now towards Shabbat, and kind of that rhythm of like, "Whoa, what did you appreciate about this week?" And it definitely feels like a highlight to have been in this state of being.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, one thing I don't know much about, like, I don't have I've participated in about it a couple of times, a few times, but one thing I know is that lighting candles is a part of it, and so I'm imagining that you are also one of the candles that's lit.
Definitely. Feeling the glow.
Yeah. And if you do end up drawing, I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Mm.
Definitely. Thank you so much. It was so fun to go through and have the encouragement for the different visualizations and, postures and ways of being. I don't think those are things that on my own would be ways that I would be exploring this. And also just the taking of the time to be in this state. Like I was saying earlier, like a lot of times we think like when we're preparing for a coaching session or something, we have to come with something, that there has to be something to solve or a problem or something. And it's just like so awesome just to be like, I'm just going to come with where I'm at right now and just be more into that.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for, bringing and modeling the permission to just be in the enjoyment without needing to be like, "There's something I wanna get out of this," or something I wanna achieve, like, to really model enoughness. Uh, I'm grateful for that, and I was receiving the warmth of your light throughout the time.
sweet. So sweet.
I'm gonna end the live here, and maybe I'll call you just to check in, but
Okay. Cool.
bye to all the live people or anyone watching this.
Thanks. Bye.